Joining me now is Michael Medding. He's VP and GM at McEwen Copper. Good to see you.
It's a pleasure, Mark. Thanks for inviting me here.
Now, we've talked to the chairman and CEO of McEwen Mining, which controls McEwen Copper, obviously, Rob McEwen. And so let's get your take on the mine in Argentina that you have. Give us an overview and also weave in the story that Stellantis now, the automaker, is a key shareholder.
Yes. So when I got to know Rob a little bit over a year ago, and we were discussing, my take was that McEwen Mining has an absolute jewel as part of the group, which is the Los Azules project. The Elder Creek project also is very interesting in the US, but Los Azules is really outstanding from a resource point of view, from the possibility to actually construct it. We can make a mine that has a lot of interesting opportunities, a mine that can be carbon neutral, a mine that we design around regenerative principles, a mine that has an environmental footprint that is very small, very low water consumption, low energy consumption, and that will be producing in the future copper cathodes. Cathodes that have direct industrial application in Argentina. Argentina is an industrialized country, has a big automotive sector. So for us, it was only natural to look into a potential partnership with car manufacturers, because car manufacturers realize the eye-watering amount of natural resource required to build all those nice and shiny EVs.
Right, exactly. So investors who know the McEwen Mining story and know that McEwen Copper is within there, but not public yet, they're keen to know, okay, so what's the timeline? When do we see this updated PEA? When do we get to an IPO? When do we see construction? I know those are, you have to go through the usual phases, but where are you now, and maybe look out a year or two?
So this is not our first PEA. So the quality of information that we have in this study, I think, is quite good. We are currently finishing up the writing of the reports, NI 43-101 and SKIN 1300. And we should see that coming out during June, being made public during June. We have an interesting, what we say, starter case, and a little bit bigger case that we also carry through the PEA. We start with 125,000 tons of annual copper production, scalable. We wanted to build something, or look for something that we can build that we can actually finance in Argentina. So we want to have something that is a little bit over $2 billion, but not something that would blow us out of the water in terms of financeability.
And could you describe, Michael, the jump ahead a few years, because you've got the renderings already, what the mine will look like and what the buildings will look like? Because it seems very, almost like a template for the way mining companies should be building their plants, now their mines rather, in terms of ESG friendly and zero carbon, et cetera.
So I have the luck to work with the chairman and chief owner of McEwen Mining that is very pro-innovation. And in the mining sector, maybe that's not always the case. So Rob is all about, okay, let's build a mine that is a paradigm shift, that is very environmentally friendly, that is a mine where people actually want to be. If you see mining camps around the world, they are not always the most attractive. And so Rob brought in a gentleman, he's called Jason McLennan, the founder of the Living Building Alliance, that does architectural work for companies such as Google, Apple, and so forth, that have very innovative solutions. And he brought him in not only to help us design a camp, but to bring in regenerative principle across the line. So we look for electrification wherever we can get the equipment. We look for electric drills, we look for electric shovels. We'll see whether electric trucks will be available. In the base case, we have trolley assist, so that's diesel electric with power lines going to the pit. So we try to be as innovative as we can and build a mine for the future, so that thinks about, okay, what will be our impact? What will be the legacy? We want to have high quality jobs. We want to have people working in an environment that is amenable, but also challenging intellectually, I would say, where you have people that have that work there, that have qualified positions, and not your typical truck driver that does 12-hour shifts and knows after one day knows every stone with its first name. So it's a little bit the idea.
Anything else you want to add we haven't covered?
I think the entering of Rio Tinto, the second biggest mining company in the world, with their technology arm for copper leaching of primaries, plus having Stellantis, a downstream client, to my knowledge, it's the first time a copper company has an investment, an equity investment of a car manufacturer, makes a huge strategic impact for our project going forward. And I don't think that the market and people have realized that yet. So this part of the value, I don't think is reflected yet in our share price.
All right, well, there's time to get the message out. You're doing it right now, and you'll keep doing it. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Appreciate it. Michael Medding, he's a VP and GM at McEwen Copper.